The Prince of the Solid Moon Kingdom and the Princess of the Twilight Kingdom are beginning their wedding ceremony. Their names are Prince Mark and Princess Ruby. Mark stands near the priest as Ruby enters the cathedral. The crowd stands at attention as Ruby walks down the aisle with a bouquet as a little flower girl falls behind, tossing scarlet rose petals. The couple's eyes meet one another as they struggle to contain their smiles as they walk over with the happiness known only to those who have fallen in love. Vows are exchanged. Ruby and Mark say I do. Although they might be married, they must pass a trial that will test not only their trust and love for each other, but also their knowledge. Ruby and her father enter a nearby hallway outside the reception. Ruby's father, my child, you must find happiness, but also must know how to rule amongst your people. If you cannot, I fear I cannot trust my legacy with you or your husband's hands. Ruby stares at him vexed. I know, father, we have been through this ever since I turned 13 years old on my name day. What, have I not been good enough for you? Do you question my as she's saying this she is interrupted by Mark's entrance into the hallway. Excuse me, but sir excuse me, but sir, as he's about to continue, he is interrupted the by Ruby's father. Please, son, call me father. You proved your worth on the battlefield as you fought for what you believed in. A mere boy couldn't stand against odds not in their favor and still fight. Mark replies, okay, father. In that case, allow me to make a suggestion. Give us time, and me and Ruby will prove it by taking on also and bring back a trophy as an offering to you and bring back those we bring with us alive and well to prove ourselves. Ruby's father replies, well, if that is the case, I will pay you for your efforts, and you, my daughter, will be in charge of the kingdom, as this can be used as a way to come together as one people. At first, the newlywed couple are questioning the reason for the trial, but outside, but decide to take on their challenge, as they feel this may be a great test for if they are truly to succeed the Solid Moon Princess's father and rule over the kingdom. Well, Mark, how will we proceed? Hmm. Well, I used to be a mercenary a few years back against my mother's and father's wishes. I could see if one of my old connections could help us. The next morning, the pair are given a map and letter describing what they must do and must come back within a month. When the pair leave, when the pair leave, they grab their own sets of clothes and weapons from their room. The prince a bow and some arrows, and for the princess a sword and shield. The two head out of the castle gates. Ruby looks over at Mark as they're heading out the gate. Let's open it and see what is required of us so we are prepared. Mark opens the letter that was previously given to them, which says, in order to prove you're a fine leader, you must not only show guts but also a sound mind. When when it comes to leading others, so you must bring others along with you upon your journey. That means that before the princess and prince could even begin their journey, they needed others to come with them, so they hired some swords for hire that Mark mentioned the day before. Mark introduces Ruby to the pair at a nearby bar. Allow me to introduce to you Lily, a huntress of animals, and her companion, Leo, described as a short wizard boy with long hair. The group sit at a nearby table and are given a sack of gold that is placed on the table. Lily stares at Mo confused. For something so difficult, this better be this better be only half of what you owe me. Leo squints his eyes, trying to and failing at being menacing towards Ruby and Mug. Mug replies, "Of course, but that is if you can make it out alive through the conflict." Ruby glances over at Mug, worried not only by his choice of words, but his tone of voice. "Mug!" Ruby places her hand on his hand on the table. "Lily." Lily glances over at Princess Ruby. "Princess Ruby, right? I can place my trust in you to uphold our deal, correct?" Ruby glances away from Ruby. Ruby drifts her eyes down as she tries to avoid Lily's glance. Of course. Lily and Leo are given an explanation of why they are hired and agree to the terms of their deal. It has been 3 weeks, and the group has decided to hunt a giant bear also and bring it back as proof. Although they say that they hear although they say this, they hear that the bear can talk and has defended itself against other adventurers before. Ruby and Mulligan are having a discussion. So what should we do exactly? We can't exactly put the child in danger since he's so young, and we can't exactly do a full frontal assault. The group tried to come up with a plan, as they might end up getting hurt or fatally injured. So they decided they could try to trick it into eating some some meat poison poison nightshade and some blueberries. Lily and Mark hunt for two small rabbits. Okay, this should be enough, as Mark is tired from having to chase the two little rabbits for an hour and a half. He he begins to become tired and panting as he is talking with Lily. Well, you decide to pick the fastest animal around here, as their eyes roll. As their eyes roll, still panting. Well, you could have helped, Lily responds. That would have costed you extra. I'm here to kill a bear and not help prep. That's what you paid me for. The pair bring back the meat as Leo and Ruby bring back some blueberries and nightshade and stuff the berries and nightshade into the meat. As some time passes, the trap is set as the group is hidden. Also appears, but he seems to be talking to himself. Gosh, I'm hungry. I couldn't catch any fish today, only if I wasn't stuck in this stupid form. That darn priest cursed me. I'd prefer jail over this. The bear growls loudly in anger. How dare you do this to me? As the bear smells the freshly cooked meat, she eats it without hesitation. Slowly feels his weight give out under him. The group slowly approaches the bear and cuts the bear's head off in two long swings of Ruby's sword. Ruby, very unsure of what just happened, with what the bear just said. What was that about? Something about a priest? Mark quickly responds. Who knows? Maybe the castle library might know something when we return to the kingdom. As the party returned to Ruby's father, they reward for their efforts, along with Leo and Lily being paid for their services, along with a horse for their own personal use. Although they were successful, Ruby still felt disturbed what also said before being slain. Mark glances over at Ruby. What is wrong with you, my love? Lily, nothing, as she keeps from his gaze, fearing that something may be wrong, and that this may not be the man that she once loved.